We're going to talk about the 3 secrets to using Facebook ads, artificial intelligence to send you qualified coaching clients and how it works. Ever since Facebook's evolved their artificial intelligence, it's never been easier to get coaching clients using it if you know how. If you don't, it can cause a lot of problems and send you a lot of broke people. And that also might be one of the reasons you're failing. If you are failing at getting coaching clients using Facebook ads, is because the AI is actually working against you. So we're going to talk about the 3 secrets right now to making Facebook's AI work to send you hopefully qualified coaching clients. The first thing you need to do is you need to understand how the circuit loop works. It's almost like an electrical circuit. So what has to happen is this. You have your audience, and you have your pixel, and then you have your conversion event, okay? And so all 3 of those things have to work together in order to send you qualified people. So here's how this works. The first thing you're gonna do is you're going to get Facebook to find people based on conversions, okay? Again, people make a big mistake in boosting posts and trying to get engagement and video views and traffic. Those are all campaign objectives. So you can get Facebook to send you people, and they will do that. They'll be like, hey, send me people who are interested in, whatever, my site type thing. And it's called a traffic campaign. Those never work. You want to get Facebook to send you people who look like people who are registering, okay? So the first assumption is what you're gonna do is you're gonna use Facebook ads to get people to sign up for your lead magnet, webinar, free ebook, whatever you got, right? Your coach, you're going to send them something to show your expertise, okay? So how this is going to work is you're going to run your campaign based on conversions, okay? And so how this is going to work, Facebook, when you set it up, is going to ask you, what do you want to do? And you're going to tell Facebook, set up, I want to reach people who look like the people who are registering for my webinar, hypothetically, okay? So it's the first thing you're gonna do. And then what's gonna happen is it's gonna create this circuit, okay? So it's gonna go into your audience, and then what's gonna happen is people are gonna click on your ad and not register. There's gonna be some of those, right? They're gonna go away. Well, Facebook's not gonna find more people like those. What's gonna happen is it's gonna be people who click it and register and give you their email address. And then Facebook's gonna trigger a pixel, track those people, and they're going to profile them. And then what's going to happen is they're going to go, let's go into your audience and find the people who look like those. Because here's a little secret for you. Facebook will not go into your whole audience and run ads to everybody you're targeting. It's impossible. They just won't do it. Like for a couple reasons, budget-wise, and also why would they? Not everybody who you're targeting is interested in what you want to do. They know who are or who is, right? So what you need to do is you need to understand they're only going to go after about 0.5% to 1.5% of your people. So let's say a 1%. So if you're targeting 1 million people, they're really only going to go after 10,000. So they need to find that pie slice. And the way they find that pie slice is by this loop, okay? And so the more people who register, they're going to go into that loop and find more people who look like the people who register. Pretty simple, right? So that's what we're going to do. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, so that's the first thing you got to understand, is understand, the secret is to understand how the circuit loop works. Number 2, realize the secret, the number 1 most important thing in this whole thing is your messaging. Because here's why. Facebook is reactive. The AI is completely reactive. You launch your ad, and your ad it can't really go find people if it's never found people, okay? So it can only use data and react based on that data. So if it goes into your audience and your messaging is broad and vague and not qualified, it's just gonna go based on that and go find people who likely are broke. So what's gonna happen is Facebook you have to create messaging that is going to repel the wrong people and target the right people. So how does that work? Well, here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do is, first of all, who's your ideal client? Okay, maybe you're a health coach, right? And you don't want to target just people interested in getting healthy. You want to target maybe women 50 plus who have gone through menopause and are struggling or whatever, right? That's still not enough, because that represents potentially millions of women. But you want these women who have the money. So who has the money? Potentially professional working ones, maybe that. And so you're going to zero in on them who work 50 hours a week, professional working women, blah, 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 right? And just boom, zero in on those. And then it's going to create this circle, and then Facebook's going to go find more of the people who look like those people, all right? That's what we have to do, and that's the secret. Because if you're just like, hey, are you a woman who has gone through menopause and would like to know how to, deal with this, hypothetically, if that's your niche, well, that represents millions of people. So Facebook's just going to find people who maybe aren't even qualified, maybe don't have jobs, maybe they're just work at fast food restaurants. So they're not qualified to give you thousands of dollars in your coaching program. And then you're going to wonder why. Why did Facebook send me all these broke people? It's because the pixel's reactive. So you always have to remember messaging is everything. Everything, everything, everything. Number 3, okay? Before we get to number 3, which is the most important thing out of all of this, I need you to do 2 things. First thing, hit the like button so I know you like this video and so I can create more of them. Second thing I need you to do is what I want you to do is hit the subscribe button. Somewhere around this video, just hit it, and that way you're going to get all my upcoming videos. I create a ton of content about how to get coaching clients. I spend, we spent about $2.8 million since 2021 on Facebook ads, getting coaching clients for our own business. I've coached hundreds of people over that period of time. And so what I want to do is share with you what's working, what's not working, and it's all free. You don't have to pay for any of it here on YouTube, right? And so, but you're going to not get notified of those videos if you don't hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button now. All right. Third thing you need to do is you need to go bigger with your audiences, but not too big. All right? Facebook would love for you to just run your ad to 100 million people and let them find it. It's too big. If your budget's $10 a day, 20, 30, 40, even $100 a day, and your audience size is like 100 million people, like it's too big of an audience and way too small of a budget. It'll take Facebook a ton of money to just find your people, okay? So ideally you want about 1 million people, okay, to start. 1 million people in your audience so that it gives Facebook a range to go in and some room to work, but not too big. Because if you go too big too soon, it's just going to fizzle out. You're just going to waste money. It's not going to find the qualified people. So don't go too big. We see this all the time because Facebook will recommend, hey, reach all of America or whatever country you're in. You don't want to do that. Zero in, 1 million people, and don't go too small. See, a lot of coaches, what they do is they're using an old, outdated strategy, and they're like, well, this interest group of certain amount of followers is only 5,000 people. So I'm just only going to go after that interest group of 5,000 people because it's the most qualified people. The AI is not powerful enough to hit those people, and it just doesn't give it enough room to move, and it's just going to crash and nothing's going to happen. So don't do that, all right? You need to do these 3 things. Now, final thing I have for you here is I have a free webinar. Just click the pin in the description. There's a link to an upcoming webinar, or in the first pinned comment on the 300-word ad strategy I've used to build a multi-million-dollar coaching business using this system, okay? In this webinar, you're going to discover the exact secrets of what's working now, how to make your messaging so compelling that you're reaching the qualified people who have the money, how to start on a small budget, exactly the mistakes I've made, the 3 secrets that's working right now to get coaching clients, and all the stuff the gurus are teaching that is not working anymore. So click the link in the description or the pinned comment and watch and register for that upcoming webinar now. We'll see you on the webinar.